The unexpected shift. The morning sun filtered through the tall windows of the Madison estate, casting golden rectangles across the polished marble floors. Emma adjusted her light blue uniform and checked her reflection in the hallway mirror one last time. The white apron felt strange against her waists. She wasn't used to wearing one. Her sister Sarah had called at 6 in the morning, voice thick with fever and exhaustion. "Emma, please," she had whispered into the phone. "I can't lose this job. Mrs. Peterson has been so good to me, and with little Tommy sick last month, I just can't afford to miss another day." Emma had never worked as a housekeeper before. She was a kindergarten teacher, comfortable with finger paints and story time, not crystal chandeliers and antique furniture. But Sarah was her only family, and family helped each other. That's what their mother had always taught them. Now, standing in the grand foyer of the Peterson mansion, Emma felt completely out of place. The house was enormous, with soaring ceilings and artwork that probably cost more than she made in a year. She pulled out the detailed instructions Sarah had written for her, her hands trembling slightly as she read through the morning routine. The house was unusually quiet for 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. According to Sarah's notes, Mrs. Peterson had traveled to Europe for the month, leaving the staff to maintain the house while she was away. Emma was supposed to dust the main living areas, vacuum the Persian rugs, and prepare a light lunch for. She squinted at Sarah's handwriting. The young master, a child, lived here. Sarah hadn't mentioned that before. Emma made her way through the house, marveling at the elegant furnishings and family photographs that lined the walls. In the pictures, she saw a beautiful woman with kind eyes, often photographed with a handsome man in expensive suits, but it was the photos of a small boy that caught her attention, a child with messy brown hair and a gap-toothed smile, usually clutching a gray stuffed elephant. As she dusted the mantelpiece in the formal living room, Emma heard the sound of small footsteps echoing through the hallway. She turned to see a little boy, perhaps 4 or 5 years old, standing in the doorway. He was wearing blue pajamas and holding the same gray elephant from the photographs. "You're not Miss Sarah," he said, his voice small and uncertain. Emma knelt down to his eye level, her teacher instincts kicking in immediately. "You're absolutely right. I'm Emma, Sarah's sister. She's feeling a bit under the weather today, so I'm helping out. And you must be Tommy," the boy said, stepping closer but still keeping some distance. "Where's Daddy?" "I'm not sure, sweetheart. Maybe he's at work." Tommy's face fell slightly. "He's always at work. Miss Sarah usually makes me breakfast and plays with me until he comes home." Emma's heart squeezed. This little boy seemed so lonely in this big, beautiful house. "Well, how about I make you some breakfast? What do you usually like to eat?" Tommy's eyes lit up for the first time. "Pancakes. Miss Sarah makes them shaped like animals sometimes." For the next hour, Emma found herself in the mansion's enormous kitchen, making elephant-shaped pancakes while Tommy sat at the counter, swinging his legs and chattering about his stuffed animal, also named Tommy. "Elephant Tommy," he explained. "Seriously, because regular Tommy is me." They were in the middle of building a tower with colorful blocks in the living room when the front door opened. Emma heard confident footsteps approaching, and then a man appeared in the doorway. He was tall and impeccably dressed in a navy suit, but his dark hair was slightly disheveled and there were tired lines around his eyes. This had to be Tommy's father. She could see the family resemblance in their matching brown eyes and stubborn chin. "Tommy, I thought you were supposed to be with Sarah. He stopped mid-sentence when he saw Emma kneeling on the floor beside his son. Emma stood up, quickly, suddenly, very aware of her uniform and the fact that she was essentially an imposter. "I'm so sorry, Mr. Peterson. I'm Emma, Sarah's sister. She's sick today, so I covered her shift. I hope that's okay." The man, who she now realized must be the CEO she'd read about in the business section of the newspaper, studied her face carefully. "I'm actually David Chen. Mrs. Peterson is my mother, and this is her house. Tommy and I have been staying here while we figure some things out." There was something vulnerable in the way he said it, and Emma noticed how Tommy immediately moved closer to his father, as if seeking comfort. "Daddy, Emma makes really good pancakes, and she built the tallest tower ever." David's expression softened as he looked down at his son. "Is that so?" "We were just playing while waiting for you to come home," Emma said gently. "Tommy's a wonderful little boy." Something shifted in David's face, surprise, maybe, or relief. He doesn't usually warm up to new people so quickly. Tommy tugged on his father's sleeve. "Daddy, can Emma come back tomorrow? Miss Sarah is still sick, and Emma knows how to play the elephant game." David looked between his son and Emma, and she could see him struggling with something. Finally he said, "Emma, could I speak with you privately for a moment?" They stepped into the hallway, leaving Tommy happily arranging his blocks. "I should explain," David said quietly. "Tommy's mother passed away 18 months ago. It's been difficult. I've been trying to balance work with being present for him, but I'm not doing a very good job at either." His voice was steady, but Emma could hear the pain underneath. "I traveled frequently for work, and my mother offered to let us stay here while I figure out a better arrangement. Sarah has been wonderful with Tommy, but what I saw today. He paused, running a hand through his hair. I haven't seen him light up like that in months. Emma felt her chest tighten with emotion. He's a special little boy. He just needs someone to see that. Would you consider staying? Just until Sarah is better, of course. I know this isn't what you signed up for, but Tommy clearly connects with you and I. He looked back toward the living room where his son was humming softly to himself. I think we could both use someone like you right now. Emma thought about her quiet apartment, her routine life as a teacher, and the simple favor she'd planned to do for her sister. Then she looked at this successful man who seemed so lost, and thought about little Tommy with his gray elephant and his need for someone to truly see him. I'd be happy to stay, she said softly, for as long as you need me. When they returned to the living room, Tommy looked up with hope in his eyes. Is Emma staying, Daddy? David smiled, the first genuine smile Emma had seen from him. Yes, buddy, Emma's going to help take care of us for a while. As Tommy cheered and Emma found herself pulled into an enthusiastic hug, she realized that sometimes the most important moments in life came disguised as ordinary favors for the people we love. Outside, the afternoon sun continued to stream through the tall windows, but somehow the whole house felt warmer.